Farewell Harbour Lodge has its origins going back into probably 1984, 1985. Ryan and myself came along in 2016 and purchased the lodge. We converted it into a wildlife viewing lodge and began offering grizzly bear tours and whale watching tours and other wildlife tours.
You know, didn't know each other, then we became business partners, and now they're family. Their drive is very similar to ours, and it's all about providing superior customer service.
They are kind, they are so good at what they do. They're so inviting, and they give the guests their best effort to make their stay enjoyable.
When guests come to Farewell Harbour, they experience a lot of different things. One of the main things they experience is a connection to the wildlife here. Sometimes that's very profound for some people. Sometimes it's just very inspiring. But I think one of the main things they experience is not just the connection to wildlife, but the connection to the place and to each other and themselves while they're here.
And I think one of the things that people go away with is a sense that they've been part of this community, this broader community of guides and guests from all over the world who just have this really deep passion for wildlife.
The first time they've got their binoculars up and they're seeing a bear in the distance for the first time, or maybe it's the fluke of a humpback whale as they dive deep, and you can just feel that really wow moment. That's probably one of the most special things, and got to be one of my favorites here at the lodge.
You know, I always dreamed about, those wild places, and I think the BC coast is probably one of the wildest places you can find in Canada, outside of maybe the Arctic.
From a biological standpoint, that makes this area so special is this really unique feature of geography where Johnson Strait is actually pinched between Vancouver Island and the mainland coast of British Columbia. And so the Pacific Ocean comes around the top of Vancouver Island into Queen Charlotte Strait and then into this very narrow body of water called Johnson Strait. It accelerates the currents here, and that generates a lot of what are called upwelling currents and creates this wonderful bottom of the food chain habitat for this incredible food web that grows up around it.
We're known for bears and walking tours with bears and getting up close and personal. But I think after some time, you go out in one day and you say, I saw grizzly bears and black bears and orcas and humpbacks and dolphins and porpoise and sea lions, and the list goes on, and you start to appreciate the real diversity that this place has to offer and why it's such a special place.
Our Farewell family means a lot. It's our home, and our guests who visit us, they become part of our family while they're here.
Guests come here, they often comment that when they leave, they feel like they've spent time with their family. And that's really something that's important to us here, is that they come and experience nature, but also feel relaxed and part of this community that we have.